but it had the advantage of getting you out of town. So you couldn't tell the next guy off the boat what a ripoff he was. Well, Soapy also owned a telegraph service, where for a fee, you could send a telegram back home, let your family and friends know that you'd made it to Skagway. And if there was a reply, for a fee, you could get it. And those who checked to see if they received a reply always received one. And they always said the same 4 things. Congratulations on making it to Skagway. We know you have a long journey ahead of you. We look forward to you returning home a rich man. Oh, but at the moment, we've got a financial crisis in the house. Would you please wire us some money? In 1969, it was retired in 1992 and donated to the Forest Service. It is presently available for use as a cabin for hikers. It costs $50 a night per person, and it sleeps 6 uncomfortably. And there's no bathroom on board, so if you need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you got to go out in the woods and use the toilet in trees. So, but yes. That mountain behind those ships, that is Mount Harding. Atop that mountain, underneath the snow cap, is a glacier. The Harding Glacier was named it. See that giant boulder? So here's what happened. They were blasting away at this mountainside in order to create the ledge to lay down the tracks. Legend has it that if an engaged couple is moistened, there's another clearing that's coming up that's an even better view. And if you're going to take a picture of this next clearing, align those cameras vertically in the corporate booth, you get a trestle at the top of the picture, and you get part of the Skagway River at the base. The names of the train cars as they pass, you'll notice that they're all named after bodies of water in Alaska, British Columbia, or Yukon. There are 3 exceptions to that naming protocol, however. One of them is, well, that why did we could have as many as 18 trains on this track. Now, that's not 18 separate physical trains. It would be 6 trains, each running 3 times a day. Yeah. We are approaching Glacier Station. We came back from Mount Yukon Route Railroad is designated as an international civil engineering landmark. That is an honor that is shared by the Panama Canal, the Eiffel Tower, and the Statue of Liberty, among others. As for when that center section came down, I can't give you the exact date, but I can give you the date range. It was sometime between September 25th, 2019 and April 30th, 2022. The reason I know that is my last train tour of 2019 was on September 25th, and that break will be dark. Flag on either side of it, and that marks the actual border. Those of you sitting on the right-hand side, you'll have a hard time seeing it entering Canada, but we're going to go into Canada and make that loop, and when we come back around, you'll be on this side of the track. I'll point it out again, and you'll see it as we re-enter the United States. And I'll give you all about 100 yards notice for that border. We're coming up on it, but I'll give you 100 yards. There it is. Welcome to Canada, eh? I feel friendlier already. We are now in British Columbia, Canada, at the summit, at an elevation of 2,888 feet. That lake that you see on the left-hand side, which is still covered in ice, that is Summit Lake. Summit Lake's 350 feet deep, about 4.5 miles long. And it is home to 3 species of fish: Arctic grayling, northern pike, and trout. And with a valid British Columbia fishing license, you can fish in that lake. And although the fishing is quite good, very few people fish in it. And it's not because it's difficult to get to, it's actually not difficult.